Hello viewers, I'm here with the young achiever Adrian Anglin, who has done exceptionally well in academics. So Adrian Anglin, tell us about yourself.
Alright. First of all, I am a fun person. Do not mistake me for a nerd because I do well academically. There's no one that idle as much as I do. But I believe that there's a time and place for everything. Right? So I play hard, but I work harder. I love to read, I love to watch TV, especially documentary. Anything educative, I am gravitated towards it.
Alright, so Adrian, top C6 student, top CAPE student. How does it feel? 2 years in a row, how does it feel?
It's like cranberry water. Whoa.
Alright, so as a senior student, you know that the younger students look up to you. What advice would you give to them in terms of studying and academics and all that?
My advice to them would be that you guys must realize that this is just one era in your life that can never be repeated. Utilize the time now to make your future better. Because if you can sacrifice your time in high school for your future, it will work out in your favor. But wasting the time now will spoil your future. You understand me?
Alright, so studying, friends, Facebook and all that, how do you balance it all out?
The way I balance it. I find time for each, but the real balance comes with the sense of sternness that I have for each time that I spend. When I'm studying, I'm studying. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. It's just me and my book. When it's me and my friends, it's me and my friends. When it's me and my playtime, it's me and my playtime. So I do not try to multitask in whatever I do. When it is time for this, it's time for this.
I'm sure that you have a lot of things ahead of you. Tell us about your future plans, your goals and so on.
My future plan, first of all, next year, I want to make it to one of the top universities in America. I'm aspiring to go to Stanford University to study aeronautical engineering.
Wow.
Well, I am fascinated with air technologies like airplanes, spaceships and stuff, so I want to go into that field because I am enthusiastic about it. So maybe I am thinking about it, I will become an astronaut.
Lovely. So during studying and all that, tell me some challenges that you face studying and so on.
The challenge that I face studying are mainly emotional challenges. First of all, to really study, you have to be motivated internally, right? So the internal motivation comes from the fact that I promised my mom that I lost when I was 13 years old that I will grow up to be something great, and the fact that she's no longer here, I keep on asking myself, what is the type of young man that my mom would want to see now? So what I am doing now is what would please her, and I will continue doing it because it would please her if she was alive. It doesn't matter to me what other people think about it, like, other people saying that you're a nerd because you study a lot, because you achieve a lot academically, but it doesn't matter. What matters to me and my feelings towards my mom, that drives me.
Alright, I want you to look in the camera, Adrian, and every single youngster that is out there watching this program, I want you to give them the advice.
There's one thing that I would like to say to everyone that is watching, and it is something that I've only shared with one person in the world, and it is my philosophy. If you want to be somebody who is of high integrity, who is value to society, my life has taught me this, and it is that behind every great man is great pain, but in front of them is greater joy. You work hard, it is painful, there is struggle, but if you pull through it, if you be strong, and you work for what you want, when you get it, no matter what it is, no one will be as happy as you are.
Adrian, I want you to tell me about your life growing up and how it is that your experiences in your life growing up affected your choices in terms of academics and so on.
as a child growing up, from an early age, my mom discovered that I was above normal when it concerned to intellectuality because she told me that I solved the Rubik Cube when I was 2 years old.
Is that so?
Yeah. And ever since she told me that, the first thing that I did when I was 6 was study the dictionary. And ever since, my enthusiasm for knowledge started from a very young age. But growing up as a child was difficult though, because I wasn't born in a rich family. You know? It was just me and my mom. And when my mom passed away, it was just me alone. And that was when I was 13 years old. I was on my own for 4 years. I had to work, come to school after work, and send myself to school until I came into sixth form.
I can safely say, Adrian, that your mother would be very, very proud of you. Don't you think so?
So, just despite whatever challenges that you're going through, if you just realize that if you grow up and you be a crook, the world won't be sorry for you. No one will ask you why you are so worthless. You grow up, you become something, your story will be a motivation to others because you will not be ashamed of telling people where you're from because of where you are. I'm not afraid to tell you that I grew up in one room.
Alright, so what do you think about students that sometimes call classes and break rules and so on? What do you think about those students?
My thought of them is that it's because of the influence that they have around them. When people come to high school to gather a sense of importance, they tend to gravitate towards people who seem to be important. And sometimes those are the people who tend to break the rules, to look cool, to get the hype. So if they look into themselves and realize that they are doing the wrong thing, then they can stop. Find friends who motivate them to do the right thing, to excel in their academics or in extracurricular activities. To keep themselves occupied will instill a sense of discipline in them for them to be able to make right choices.
Adrian, top electrical technology student for CSEC and CAPE in the Caribbean. Come on. How you manage to top that off?
I told myself that no one going to beat me. Whenever I look at other schools and the type of students that they have, and when I was growing up, I used to see students doing these things, and I came to high school wondering if I could ever be someone like that. And I put my mind to it. I worked for it. I pray to God a lot. I have a strong belief in God, so I place everything in His hand. And before I do every test, I say, Lord, if you want this to happen, you will let it happen. And I put all the effort, so I just leave everything in His hands to just continue. He will do whatever He wants,
So when you found out that you got the top student, how did you feel?
I ran around my neighborhood in my underpants.
Really?
Yep.
How about your family, your friends? How was their reaction?
Well, my friends, they were ecstatic. They are always cheering for me. But to family, this is no surprise to them. I feel a bit depressed about it sometimes.
Depressed? Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because they know that I can do well, right? And say I do 4K, I top one. They're not going to say congratulations for the one. They will be asking me, why didn't you top all 4? That's their comment. So sometimes what I really do is that I do not rely on family for emotional support. Well, I am admitting it. My friends are the ones who give me the emotional support.
Well, that's good. Yeah. You need emotional support. So you heard it here first. Top achiever Adrian Anglin. So Adrian, before we go, tell the viewers one thing you like to say to them.
Alright, the final thing that I'd like to share with you is something that Martin Luther King said. We all know who Martin Luther King is, and he said it, and it touched me. So I will say it to you to see if it touched you. right? And what he said was that intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. And one more famous person that we all know is Barack Obama, and he said that making your mark on this world is not easy, or if it were, then everyone would do it. What it takes to do it is commitment, dedication, and hard work. The real test in life coming from me is not to avoid failure, but whether you allow failure to stop you or whether you choose to go on.
Words to think about.